We finally have a glimpse at what cruising with Royal Caribbean during the COVID-19 era will look like. This comprehensive plan, called the Royal Promise, will debut on Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas, which is currently the first ship in the fleet scheduled to resume cruising from Singapore. However, it's likely that most of this plan will also be adopted on Royal Caribbean ships once cruising resumes here in the United States. This comprehensive plan includes a number of health and safety protocols that other cruise lines have implemented. However, there are several new details and regulations that the cruise line has just announced. Don't worry if you missed any of this news, because we're here to break it all down for you. I'm DB from EatSleepCruise.com, and here's our detailed look at what cruising with Royal Caribbean will look like during the COVID-19 era. When cruising with Royal Caribbean during the COVID-19 era, every guest and crew member will be required to test negative for COVID-19. Currently, Royal Caribbean is coordinating the testing, which will occur between 48 to 72 hours before boarding. In Singapore, Royal Caribbean will even cover the cost of testing on cruises departing before January 30th of 2021. Guests can still receive 100% future cruise credit in the event they test positive for COVID-19 within 3 weeks before the departure and are unable to cruise. Aside from a positive test result, certain circumstances may also lead guests to being denied boarding on the ship. First and foremost, guests will have to affirm the willingness to comply with all policies, including wearing a face mask. Further, any guest who has multiple high temperature readings, symptoms reported in the health questionnaire, or contact tracing reveals close contact with someone who tested positive may also be denied boarding. Face masks will be required on board Royal Caribbean cruise ships by crew members and guests to help keep everyone safe. Masks are required in all indoor and outdoor spaces, with a few exceptions. Face coverings must be a minimum of 2 layers with ear loops. Plastic face shields may be worn only in addition to a face mask and not as a replacement. In restaurants, bars, and lounges, guests are allowed to remove face masks only when seated at socially distanced tables. Masks should also not be worn in situations where they could get wet, like in the swimming pools. Further, guests will not be required to wear masks in their staterooms. When cruising with Royal Caribbean during COVID-19, there'll be a number of new protocols on the pool deck. These measures include limiting pool capacity to 50% to allow for physical distancing. Pool chairs and day beds will be disinfected daily and arranged to allow for sufficient space between your group and others. There will also be increased sanitation like there will be throughout the ship. All pool towels will be washed with hospital-grade detergents at high temperatures. The cruise line will be adding additional touchless Purell hand sanitizers and wipe dispensers throughout the pool deck to aid in proper sanitation. Whirlpools on the pool deck will have a limited capacity, so you can safely enjoy bubbles with your buds. The cruise line will make ordering drinks easier, as you'll be able to use QR codes to view menus and order drinks through your smartphone. In addition, there'll be no longer a need to sign for receipts for low-cost transactions. Popular stations like the soft serve ice cream station will still be open, but they'll no longer be self-service. Instead, they'll be staffed by crew. Some of the poolside tables will be blocked off to allow for proper social distancing. In addition, there will be dedicated times that the jogging track will be open for those to exercise without wearing their mask. Throughout the vessel, there will be safety ambassadors and crew members to help ensure everyone is safe and following all the recommendations. Interestingly, face masks will be required in all areas of the pool deck, unless you're in the water. Still, when in one of the pools, you should continue to observe physical distancing. From our own experiences, we feel this might be a challenge, and we're wondering if Royal Caribbean might implement other procedures, such as a virtual queue or even a line to allow individuals access to the pools. Many Royal Caribbean cruise ships have a number of outdoor activities, sports decks, and different venues. Of course, Quantum of the Seas is no different. Some of these activities include the Flow Rider, North Star, and the Ripcord by iFly. Some of the specific health and safety protocols that are part of the Royal Promise include the addition of a number of touchless Purell hand sanitizers and wipes, similar to the pool deck. In addition, the cruise line will be regularly disinfecting public areas, including bathrooms, using electrostatic spray. Chairs and seating on the outdoor decks will also be regularly disinfected and will be arranged to allow for distancing between groups. For the flow rider and water slides, you do not need to wear a mask while riding or participating in these activities. However, you do need to be wearing a mask while waiting in line. We're very interested to see how this actually plays out. Is the cruise line expecting you to have a partner or someone with you? That way you can give them their mask while you're enjoying these activities? Other dry slides or rides will be regularly sanitized. Other changes will be made to these outdoor areas. For example, in the sports court, Royal Caribbean indicates there'll be more instructor-led competitions and drills, giving you a new way to exercise. Sanitized equipment for other activities such as mini golf and table tennis will need to be checked out from the sports desk, and all players will be provided with a sanitizing wipe after each use. Equipment from things like the zip line and the rock climbing wall will be sanitized by staff after each use. Throughout the outdoor decks, Royal Caribbean will also have periodic announcements to encourage physical distancing, as well as floor markers to help direct individuals on where to stand. Of course, safety ambassadors and crew members will be found throughout the ship to help encourage proper social distancing and safety and health measures. On these Singapore cruises, face masks are going to be required on the outer decks, except while riding the flow rider. The ship's aerial gondola, the North Star, will be limited to 4 riders, or 5 riders of the same travel group. Physical distancing will be observed within the capsule, and individuals will need to reserve a time on the cruise planner. In the Ripcord by iFly, staff and guests must wear face masks until entering the flight tunnel. During this activity, physical distancing will also need to be observed, and individuals will need to make reservations for this activity on the cruise planner. Many of the same protocols utilized in outdoor areas will also be employed in indoor areas on the ship. These include limiting the capacity of indoor venues to 50%, with floor markers and directional signage to safely guide individuals. All public areas will also be regularly disinfected, including daily electrostatic spraying and frequent disinfecting of high-touch areas. Elevators on the ship will be limited to just 4 people at a time, or 1 travel group. Of course, stairs are available as usual, and railings will be frequently cleaned. Additional touchless Purell hand sanitizers and wipe dispensers will be available throughout the indoor areas. Tables and seats at indoor cafes and restaurants will be regularly sanitized. To promote social distancing, some seats will be blocked off. To reduce crowds, Royal Caribbean will be implementing virtual queuing, with your phone alerting you when it's your time to visit the guest services or the shore excursions desks. Stores will also have a limited number of shoppers at one time, and the ship will even implement private appointments available by request. At indoor restaurants, ordering food and drinks will be touchless, using QR codes to view menus and order on your phone. Similar to the pool deck, there'll be no need to sign or deal with receipts for low-cost transactions. Travelers can be assured that 100% fresh, filtered air from the outside will continuously be supplied to all public spaces indoors. Of course, face masks will be required. This includes bars, restaurants, lounges, as well as entertainment facilities. Only seated guests who are eating and drinking may take their face masks off. Finally, Royal Caribbean has also developed a number of health and safety measures for guest staterooms. So, when cruising with Royal Caribbean during the COVID era, cruisers can rest easy, knowing that hospital-grade disinfectants are being used daily to clean all high-touch surfaces in their cabin. All towels, bedding, and pillows will be laundered with hospital-grade detergents at high temperatures. Just like other public venues, there'll be 100% fresh filtered air. This fresh ocean air will continuously be supplied to every stateroom from outside, with a total air change of up to 12 times per hour. There will also be daily distance service, with your room only being serviced and sanitized by a stateroom attendant while you're out. But even with these changes, there'll still be some towel animal surprises. A new contactless delivery protocol will be in place, so you can still indulge in one of your favorite stateroom rituals, room service. Upon arrival, Royal Caribbean will be giving all cruisers complimentary face masks and hand sanitizing gel. The required muster drill will also be changed. Now, it's unclear if the cruise ship will actually implement all of the Muster 2.0 changes that the cruise line previously mentioned. However, on these initial sailings on Quantum of the Seas, individuals will be able to watch the muster video from the comfort of their in-stateroom television. Cruisers can also conveniently access the cruise compass from the Royal app on your smartphone. Lastly, the cruise line has indicated that face masks will not be required to be worn when individuals are in their stateroom or balcony. And there you have it. That is a detailed breakdown of all of the health and safety measures coming to Royal Caribbean ships as part of the Royal Promise. But of course, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comment section below if you would cruise on a Royal Caribbean ship with all of these new health and safety protocols. I'm DB from EatSleepCruise.com, and if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, or you've been lurking around for a while and haven't done so, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe down below and to click the notification icon. That way you get updated each week when we put out brand new cruise and travel videos. You can also say hi to us all over social media at Eat Sleep Cruise, and thanks again for watching.